that like they've never done before. Like the new Supra is out now, and they have to do like even like PDIs on new Supras. It's like a 3-hour job, you know.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and they're like, oh my god, dude, they had to have a meeting in the middle of the shop the other day because they were like fist fighting over who wanted to not do the Supra. Like, bro, just learn how to do it. It's not that hard, you know?
PDIs are really fucking easy. The only reason I don't like PDIs, even as an hourly tech, is because when they'll give me PDI after PDI after PDI, it's just kind of fucking miserable because it's monotonous as fuck.
Oh yeah, that's what I started out doing when I first went over to that side of the shop was PDIs.
See, thankfully though, they realize that I'm not like a PDI type of guy. I'm like, give me actual fucking work that I can do. Like, this is too easy for me. Give me harder shit.
Yeah.
And they finally done that.
Exactly what you're talking about.
And they brought in like another hourly kid that just got out of school, and they're having him do like the PDIs, the first services, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Every now and then, like, I'll have to knock one out or something. Like if a salesman sells the car and it hasn't been PDI'd yet or something like that, that's not a problem. But like, I'm not gonna sit there and just do PDIs all day. Like, fuck that.
No, it sounds like you and I have had a similar introduction into the shop. Seriously, like it's been pretty spot on because after that, you know, because I went to school or whatever, and I was like, bro, I'm not just gonna sit here and do oil changes all day, you know, like.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I want to do what I was put in school to do. So I actually he had me working with one of the. Actually, I think he's probably the best tech in the whole shop. He's like a living fucking Toyota Wikipedia.
Mm-hmm.
He's like insane. Like he knows everything. Like I seriously have not.
That's how I feel with my
thing. Like it's like, dude, you know so much about these cars, and like I know a lot, but I'm like completely just humbled by this dude. You know.
Mm-hmm. I had a check engine light on a used car. It was misfiring. I think it was a Nissan Rogue, and he comes over, he listens to it for a couple of like seconds, and he's like, there's low compression on like X cylinder, I don't remember which one. And we went through, did a compression test, and he was dead on, like that was the low compression in that cylinder. Yeah. It was like, what the fuck? It's like, I want to be where you're at, man.
Oh yeah, there's some people out there that are just that way. I mean, it's like it's insane how smart some people are, man. Oh what? Ah!
Oh god!
No! How did he pull that off?
Fucking man!
What a guy! What a guy! Look at him go!
Out of a piece.
You get a bow from me, dude. There's nothing I can do about it. I was like thinking about cylinder compression, and then I get wogged.
Yeah, right.
No, I get it. I know where you guys kind of are, cause like I'm basically like a whatchamacallit, an intern. So like if I do something, like I do whatever they don't want to do, which what the hell? Where'd you come from? So like we have to inventory the phones for the school system, and so like whenever like they don't want to do that because they have to go around to every single classroom and inventory all the phones and get the addresses of all the phones of the school. And I acknowledge they don't want to do that, and that's why I do that. Is that a broken straight sword?
That's kind of how they do with like in the car biz too. Like when you're the new guy in, you just do all the shit that nobody else wants to do, really. They kind of make you learn the hard way.
See, and honestly, at first I didn't necessarily have a problem with it, but now that I'm not the fucking new guy anymore, it's just like certain things irked me. Like there was when I first started there was another kid who I went to school with him. He was the laziest fuck I've ever met in my life. And they would have me like trying to go in between running the lane and working on like waiting cars at the same fucking time while he sat there on his fat ass doing nothing but looking at his phone.
Yeah.
Whereas like, how the fuck do you expect me to tear myself in half when he's sitting there doing fucking nothing?
Yeah. And there was a lot of that with me too, because of course, like, you know, I live in the South, so there's a bunch of fat fucks in the South, right? So some of the guys I went to school with were like brain dead, you know, and it's like, why are you even here, you know? But
yup.
Yeah,
some of them are super smart.
Those guys, yeah.
You know, but like some of them were just brain dead. Like I don't even like working on cars. Like,
They go, aha, monkey turn wrench.
But the kind of people who someone else have decided for their job for them or something like that?
Well, oh shit. Oh no.
I definitely have met
Poor scene.
a few kids like that when I went to school. Was they were like, well, my mom made me like do something, so I'm gonna do this.
Yeah,
and then they ended up like
exactly.
failing out.
Exactly that.
And it's like,
Exactly that.
and two, the thing is with my school, even if you like failed out or you decided you didn't want to go there anymore, you still had to pay the full fucking tuition, and that shit was like $40,000.
I know.
And like every time a kid did that, and I'm like, dude, you might as well just ride it out, learn as much as you can. Even if you don't like it, at least you're learning something for a little bit, and not waste the money that you're putting into this, because you're gonna have to pay it back one way or another.
Exactly. I don't get it. Like, because I had a full ride, you know, but some of those dudes didn't. You know, and like
No,
you're paying money to not like what you're doing. Like I don't understand.
Yeah.
Blows my mind.
See, for me, what happened was I went to college for a little bit, and it's not that I couldn't do it, I just fucking hated it. I placed out of every single writing, math class, fucking everything that I could for just going in as like a freshman. And I went for a semester and didn't want to do any of the fucking work because it bored the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And then one day, my best friend at the time, he is whatever, but he was living on my couch, and he had like a motorcycle, a truck, stuff like that, and so we would work on it. And I just loved even just standing there holding the gas tank, asking him what this thing was and that thing was. How does this fucking work? How does that go together? And he was like, dude, why don't you try out tech school? You love this all the fucking, like, you love this every time we do this. And here I am today. That poor guy.
I don't know what
He got
happened.
shreked.
He basically died to just the brig, and then the rest of us came in like piranhas.
Oh, you're approaching me naked?
Oh, you're approaching me.
Menacingly.
Oh yeah, and Vermilion, about the crybabies. So I got an oil change in. You do a multi-point inspection on every car, obviously.
Yep.
Brakes were low. I recommended brakes. The flat rate tech right across from me started crying about them not giving him the brake job that I got on my car, and like bitching and moaning about it. It's like, dude, it's not your car. I'm the one that got it. You didn't want to do the oil change in the first place anyway. You give up all the work on the car if you don't want to take it in the first place.
I understand completely. Also, I'm getting a PP touch while you're saying that.
Yes.
So, wait, there we go. There we go.
What are you doing, Dev?
The gesture in this is called molest. So it's called molest. So
Oh no.
There we go. Wait here. Touch the bum. There we go.
Oh, the godly balls.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's how techs are at my work too, man. It's pretty dumb.
I don't get it.
I don't either. I really don't. But
What really baffles me is that when Josh were telling us the stories about his work, I was like, oh, okay. But now that you're telling the same stories, I'm like, what?
It's like
is
that
possible?
unanimously. It seriously is. Like, no matter if you work at like a Nissan or Toyota place or you work at a fucking Maserati dealership, they're all just whiny about something for no reason. Anything. It's like, I don't know.
I show up, do my work, and collect a paycheck, and then I go the fuck home.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm there for. I'm there to learn how to work on cars better, be the best fucking tech that I can be, and make my money.
Precisely that. I don't know. It does. It baffles me, but it's whatever. I go home and it doesn't make a fuck to me, honestly. You know, I'm just an observer. But, you know, I don't know.
And two, what I've noticed is the techs that also turn the most hours are the ones that cry the most, but also blow the most money on dumb shit and then cry that they don't have money.
Oh, I know this kind very well.
That's a good one too.
Because I know this dude that makes 80 hours like every fucking week, and he always cries about not having enough money and not getting more gravy work.
Yeah.
I don't get it, but then he shows me pictures of all of these like guns that he's buying, and don't get me wrong, I love guns. Shooting guns is fucking awesome, and I love them to defend my house. But you don't need to be spending $1,500 on a gun every 2 fucking weeks, man.
Holy shit.
And then selling it for like pennies on the dollar because you want to get rid of it because you're bored of it. Like, what?
No, I understand.
Why?
I understand completely. And there was actually at the time right now, there's not anyone at my work that's like that. There was about 2 years ago probably, but there's not one there like that right now. But yeah. I've made friends with the guy that I worked beside of. He does all the frame jobs. So like I'm sure you know about Toyota doing the frame replacement jobs on the 3rd gen Tacomas.
Okay.
They had the rusting issues. It was they were improperly stored during shipment from where they're manufactured in Japan.
Nice.
To everywhere else. So they all rusted prematurely.
Gotcha.
So, even still now, like when they come in for an MPI or an oil change, we have to check the frames in certain spots to make sure that they're not, they don't have any integral damage, you know?
Jeez.
So,
that sounds annoying as all fuck to have to do.
Well, it's not too bad because it underneath the underneath layout of a Tacoma is very simple, really, but it's at one point it was very busy. We were very busy with that, but so basically this one guy gets basically all of the frame jobs, and it pays 50 hours to do.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it pays 50 hours, and he can get it done in about 10 or 12 hours. So he like rakes it the fuck in, you know. So he does like 2 or 3 frame jobs a week at a peak week, you know, or whatever, and he's like set, you know. He's got like 130 hours. And,
Christ.
and people were getting, the other guys were getting so upset that they were giving, ooh, we got a buddy here.
It won't last long. It never does. I mean, if I keep making dumbass mistakes like that, then yeah, but...
Fuck. Messed up.
Mirror you. Mirror buckler boy. Oh!
He's out of stamina, poor boy.
Out of FP!
You got a red coming up there?
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, he's got the Drain Twin Spears.
Oh!
You don't see that? Oh, well.
Lido.
You can never turn your back. People never realize that.
Where are you going?
He's going to the PD.
I want to play with your butt. Look, my big pee-pee. I want to play with your butt.
And this is why I don't stream.
Don't fall, Dev.
Hey!
I saw that.
Everybody saw that.
Oh no.
It's like my biggest lowlight of my Dark Souls 3 career. You know, it gets brought up every time.
Little dragon fellas!
Dragon!
No!
Oh!
Hold on. Retreat!
Ah!
Nope, we can push it. We
Tactical
got him.
retreat.
Hold on, I'm coming around the other way.
We got him.
Oh, did you get him? Sweet.
Yeah.
Come on, Chase. Great bell free.
You just gotta pressure
I went
him.
straight into a plunging attack into the little rock lizard bumping me. True combo.
Oh no.
They are so fucking annoying, those.
They are.
Those things are like the
Oh my
strongest
God.
PvE in the game. Like them and the Pontiff Knights are something else.
Yeah, I remember my very first playthrough of Dark Souls 3. I got to Irithil and I was like, oh, this place is great. And immediately got my shit kicked in for like the next 2 days trying to make it through just because of the Pontiff Knights.
Yeah.
Oh, is that
You
so
and
good?
me both.
What
Yeah.
was your first, how can we call it, humility lesson in Dark Souls 3?
PvE or PvP?
PvE first.
Okay, probably. Okay, so I'll tell you two things. Okay, so my first thing was I was picking up Estus shards, right? And I was like, what am I supposed to be doing with these? So it took me like 3/4 of the way through the game to figure out what I did with the Estus shards. And I'm like, why am I not getting health back?
Oh.
I was such a noob on that. But like actual humility in terms of like playing the game probably was Pontiff. He humiliated my ass pretty hard.
Oh, Pontiff.
Yeah. But then I just kind of one day I was like, you know what? Because I took a break for like a day, you know, I was like, all right, I'm going to think about this. So I watched a video or two of some people doing it, and I was like, okay, so they basically just stick to his right, hit once, get back, you know, I can do that. So then I went back the next time and did it first try, so it just took a little bit of stepping back and looking at it, I guess, but
yeah,
I died to him probably like 30 times, I don't know.
Yeah,
a little bit of cold blood.
My Dark Souls 3 experience was like mine was different because I watched my dad play it first, so I knew like the general boss patterns. I knew like I could tell when to roll and all that. But like I was going through, and I had like expectations to have like, oh well, my dad did it this boss in this many attempts, so I should be able to do it around then. And then I got to the Consumed King, and where it took my dad one attempt, it took me like 3 days. I had to completely change how I played the game. Like 30 attempts, just and I didn't know about the shortcut in that area. So 3 days, I'll be running the area in its entirety, getting to the Consumed King, dying, and restarting. I had to farm embers to get Hawkwood. I ran out of embers. It took me that many times.
Damn.
The Lothric Knight fondled me over and over.
Yeah, that Cathedral
That
Knight.
was mine.
For me, it's the Cathedral Knight that's right outside on top of the Consumed King.
Oh, I'm talking about when you first get the high wall. They just murdered me repeatedly.
Oh, yeah.
Like the first time I ever played.
Yeah, that happened to me as well. And then I figured out, I was like, okay, I can finally beat these with the red cape. And then I find the one with the blue cape.
Oh my god, this one.
Yeah.
Oh, this one.
Oh my god, I don't
It
fight
drove
it.
me nuts.
Like, I don't fight that one, like, at all. Even with, like, plus 10 weapons. Because I can still get my shit rocked by it. And Hodger.
No one gets an humility lesson in Firelink Shrine.
Brig, did you die in Firelink Shrine? Oh,
yes.
No. You're talking about...
Okay, I died to the Swordmaster.
I killed Gundyr my first try. I was so happy, so proud, and then I fell against the Grandmaster, and he bullied my ass, but it was so fucking brutal.
That's a respectable way to get your shit pushed in, though. Really.
Yeah. Do it again. Do it again.
About walking up to somebody and just holding down your shield and just tanking their attacks.
No health meta.
How what I found out in my theory lesson against the Consumed King. His staff has collision, but it doesn't have a hurt box on it. So my strategy, because on my first playthrough, Vestige. So I walked into the arena like my second time fighting him. I stabbed it. The second I passed the fog wall, I started to throw a Vestige, and it hit his staff and just broke and did no damage. And I'm like, wait, what? And so I was like a light armor, like pyromancer. I finished the game with a plus 10 claymore and heavy armor and pyromancy, because I couldn't beat him any other way.
The claymore is